Hi, I'm Merideth Ferrel, a teaching artist at the Lane Arts Council. I'm so happy to be with you today. I want to give a special thanks to the Fort Jay School District that has helped fund us to make it possible for me to be here with drawing animals and their habitats. Today is lesson 4. We'll be drawing mallard ducks flying in the sky, walking on the land, and swimming in the water. They are so wonderful. Mallard ducks live just about everywhere in North America, South America, Europe, and parts of Asia. So we'll be doing our lesson today in 4 steps. 1, we'll be drawing the ducks. We'll continue with drawing the details of the ducks. Step 2, we'll draw their habitat. Step 3, we'll color the ducks. And step 4, we will color the habitat. So I brought a special guest with me today. This is Lucky Duck. This is a beautiful artist's wood carving of a male mallard duck. It was a present from my son, like I said, all carved out of wood, showing the specific male mallard duck coloring of the green head, the white and brown feathers on the wings, the beautiful rust brown on the front. And I'm so happy to have Lucky be here with us today to show off his beauty. So before we get started with our drawing, let's do a little mindfulness moment where we stop and breathe and connect and get ready for our specific style of drawing. Remember, we connect all the parts of the animal, drawing each part and connecting them. So, if you'd like to stand up, take a deep breath in, raise your arms up to the ceiling. Oh boy, that stretching feels so good. Breathe in, breathe out, exhale, lower your arms and touch your head. Think about our ducks today as we're drawing. Touch your head, touch your neck that's connected to your neck, touch your chest that's connected to your neck, touch your arm that's connected to your chest, your lower arm connected to that, your hand, and touch your other hand, pat your lower arm that's connected to your hand, pat your upper arm, pat your chest connected to your arms, just like our ducks will be connected to their wings. Touch your neck and your head. Thank you. That gets us ready to draw. So I'm going to get my drawing paper ready. What you'll be doing is gathering your materials, 8.5 by 11 piece of copy paper or larger if you have it, art drawing paper, a pencil, and colored pencils, red, yellow, blue, green, orange, purple, black, and brown. That's all you need. Okay, I'm going to get my paper ready to draw. Okay, you should be all ready, and I'm definitely all ready. Now, I have here a photograph of a female mallard duck. We saw Lucky Duck, and Lucky was a male duck with the green, brown, rust brown, white coloring. And the female duck is all brown with a beautiful blue patch on her wing. Now, if you'll watch me in the beginning, I'll show you how we're going to make our composition. I love that word, composition. We have 3 ducks that we're going to put on our one piece of paper because they're flying, walking, and swimming. So, as you watch me, think about the flying duck is going to be at the top of the page, leaving room for its wings. The walking duck is going to be over in this corner on the land, and the swimming duck is going to be over here, leaving room for its feet as it swims. Okay, so I'm thinking about those wings, like I said, leaving room for those wings. So here might be where the head is, connected to the neck, connected to the body. Now, I'm going to go horizontal with that duck's body. It's flying in the sky, and its body is horizontal. And its tail. Now, we are looking at our duck from profile, side view. So I'm going to see one wing connect to the body, going up and bending as it flaps and flies in the air. Then coming back and coming down. Now the second wing is going to be behind the first wing as we look at our duck profile, and its feet are going and legs are going to be tucked up against its body. Now it's your turn to draw. Think about leaving room for those wings up at the top. Start with that head, drawing the neck as it connects to the head, horizontal body as it's flying in the sky, its tail. Think about its wings as you connect to the body right here in the body, going up, bending over, coming back, and connecting to the body again. And up, bending over so that the duck can flap in the air, and get those legs tucked up as it's flying. Now, you can still keep drawing as you watch me. I'm going to do our duck walking on the land here. I'm going to do its head, its neck, and feel free, you can draw along with me. Now, this duck is walking on the ground, so its body is kind of pointing towards the ground, kind of oval, kind of at a diagonal. And there's its tail. Now, because this duck is walking, it's got its wings nice and tucked up close to its body. Now, here's the fun part. We get to do one leg connected to the body. And again, you can be drawing along with me. Foot connected to the leg, another leg, and another foot. Those beautiful webbed feet connected to the body. Now, here's our duck that's swimming. Now, we have both of these ducks in profile. One eye and their beak. One eye and their beak. But here, the one swimming in the water will have hearing a noise and looking towards us. So we'll see both of its eyes. So here's its head. And again, you can draw along with me. Its neck. Now, its body is horizontal and kind of puffed up as it floats in the water. Its tail connected. And again, its wings are tucked up against its body. Yeah, this is the fun part. It's swimming, so a leg and a webbed foot that will be down in the water, paddling along as it swims. Another leg connected to the body, another webbed foot paddling in the water. So here are two eyes and our beak. As it hears a noise and is looking towards us. Terrific. Now we are ready for step 2 because we actually got the details in the eyes and the bills of all of our ducks. So we're ready to draw that habitat. We'll start with our mallard duck that's flying in the air. We might think of it flying in the sky where there might be a sun with sun rays that you can color inside the sun rays. It might have a cloud. Think of this duck as flying in the sky. So I'm going to have you watch me as I work up the composition or the design of our habitat. We've got those two for the duck flying in the sky. So as you watch me, think about this duck is on the land. This duck is in the water. So we are going to put the land like that, like a riverbank going behind our duck. And here we're going to do the water. And look at this, the water will go right through the duck. The duck's body is half in the water and half out of the water. Mallard ducks live in rivers, they live in streams, they live in lakes and ponds. Wonderful animals. So now it is definitely your turn to draw. Think about what's up in the sky, the land that's connected. It might be a riverbank or the bank of the lake. Going behind the duck. And think of the river or the pond connecting, going right up to the land, going right through the middle of your mallard duck. Water across the legs and feet as those wonderful feet paddle and move the duck through the water. Yeah, looking pretty good. we are ready for step number 3. So get out your colored pencils, and I'll show you the wonderful techniques for doing our coloring our mallard ducks. Yeah, I kind of like, I think I'll have the one flying in the sky be the male mallard. I think I'll have the one swimming in the water being the female. This one might be a juvenile, a young duck, or it might be even a visiting duck of another kind. But we'll start off with the male. So think about that head, leaving room for that beak or bill, as they're called. Start coloring the head and color how the feathers will grow around that beautiful head. Now, when I look at my beautiful wood carving sculpture of Lucky Duck has a white ring around his neck. So I'm going to draw a line right there and only do part of the neck green, leaving that white ring around my male mallard's neck, just like Lucky Duck. Now I'm going to get the brown, and I'm going to start where the wings start here, growing and connected to the body. Go up, just like we drew the line for the wing, and then go across and up the wing. Think about all those feathers as the feathers grow up the wing, like this. Okay, I'm going to have you go ahead and start your drawing, coloring the duck. Think about the head. Remember to leave that beautiful white line for Lucky Duck. Here go the beautiful brown wing feathers. Go up the wing and along just the way the feathers would grow. Now, Lucky Duck has a sort of rust red breast. Isn't that interesting? Rust red. So I'm going to combine 2 colors. So as you are drawing right now, get out a red and a brown. First, I'll do the red for Lucky Duck's wonderful rust red breast here, with brown colored over it. So it definitely looks different from the wings. Okay, pretty nice, huh? Now there's a lot of kind of white and kind of light yellow feathers on the back and the body. And the coolest green curly tail. Be sure and get the beak orange, that part that is connected to the head, and the legs. Okay, now when we looked at that photograph of the female mallard duck, she has got a beautiful blue patch right in the middle of her wing feathers. So right now, get out your blue pencil, come down to our swimming duck, do 2 lines, and go across like this, right in the middle of that beautiful wing. That's going to be her beautiful female mallard duck blue patch in her brown wings. Now, go back to the head, just like we did with Lucky Duck. And again, it's your turn to draw. You can follow along with your colored pencils, coloring our female mallard duck. Leave that part of the bill that's connected to the head and color around her head. Color down her neck. Color across her body. Beautiful, soft brown color. And even color her body underneath the water. Remember, half of her body's on top of the water and half of it's underneath the water as she swims. And then the wing. Now you can press a little harder and do the wing a little darker. Getting two values, medium brown and dark brown, as you color. Don't forget her bill, part that's connected onto the head, and her legs underneath the water. And I'm going to leave this duck for now because we're going to go right on ahead to our step number 4, coloring the habitat. Now, we learned a technique when we were doing our eclectus parrot flying in the sky. We'll use that again. Little tiny puffy circles that go round and round inside the cloud. And it's your turn to draw. You can draw along with me. Think of how puffy those clouds are up there in the sky. And again, we'll be using textures. Doesn't that texture with the way you go circle round and round and round inside the cloud gives that puffy feel? Now I'm going to do some orange rays. Think about starting right where the sun goes, the round part is. I'm doing the rays first. So starting at the top where they connect with the sun, go ahead right now with your color, maybe yellow, maybe orange. Long rays of the sun shining nice and warm on our duck flying in the sky. Now I'm going to grab my blue, and just like we did with our eclectus parrot flying in the sky, I'm going to use long, smooth strokes of blue to show the smoothness of the sky behind our duck. Look at that. You can really go with it. Long strokes. See how my arm is going back and forth, coloring that beautiful smooth sky. Now, I'm not going to finish my sky right now, and you might want to go on to the water and finish your sky later. Go down to the water where our female mallard is. And just like we did with our sea turtle, use those strokes like the water, the movement of the water. See how my hand and arm make these beautiful smooth strokes with the blue color right over her feet. Her feet are in the water. And Pacific Northwest, where we live here, many of our streams and rivers look green, echoing the beautiful greenery that grows along and near the rivers and streams. So I'm mixing green and blue. Nice long strokes. Now, here on the land, there's a little bit of the riverbank there in brown. And then, just like we did when we were doing the fox, walking on the land, let's use those short, bunchy strokes for the grass growing on the land. We also use this same color stroke on the living coral, on the green sea turtle picture. Short and bunchy strokes, just like the grass would grow. If you have two colors of green, you can use two colors, or you can even use yellow, green and yellow. So, I would like us to put down our pencils right now. You can finish this later. There's a lot left to color and to have a lot of fun with. So we'll do our closing activity. Oh, boy, that was fun. So I'd like you to raise your arms, stretch up to the ceiling. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, lower those arms, shake out those creative hands. You've done so much wonderful drawing and creativity. Now look at your drawing and think about what you would like to add, how you would like to finish the coloring. Ooh, you might even want to think about your ducks are in the early morning with the rising sun. There might still be some pink in the sky. Or you might want to add a worm on the land that your duck might be eating. You might want to put fish in the water that your duck might see, maybe a salmon swimming in the river. So you are the artist. You are very creative, and I'd like you to keep on drawing and keep on creating. Thank you.